All right, first and foremost, I want to start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the Apostle of Great Middlestone, the elders rule well. Peace and safety to brothers out there pushing this truth into the four corners. All right, so Lord willing, just straight to the point, edifying. I decided to do a video on what is love, or um, yeah, it's gonna be this video. I probably gonna title "What is Love" or "Love is Correction." Um, Proverbs. Let's start Proverbs 3:12. Uh, let's start at verse 11. Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastising of the Lord Yahweh, neither be weary of his correction. All right. So we're not supposed to be, despising the Lord's correction. All right. Let me get that word, despise.
Strong's H3988. My ass.
It means to.
My ass.
Let me hear that again.
Strong's H3988. My ass.
My ass.
My ass.
So, it means to refuse, or it says to reject, refuse, to despise. It's just to flow, run. So meaning don't run from correction, all right? Don't run from it. You know, I used to get beat as a child, used to try to run. No, don't run from it. Take it. Take this correction, take this butt whipping, all right? Take this beating. The Lord is gonna who the Lord loveth, he corrects. It says, my son, despise not the chastising of the Lord Yahweh, neither be weary of his correction. Verse 12, for whom the Lord Yahweh loveth, he corrects. All right, so he loves. So as a son, he loves us because he corrects us. All right, so if you're receiving correction, all right, it's a good thing. Correction is a good thing. All right, even as a father and the father, the son in whom he delights. So in order for the Lord to delight in you, you must receive correction, because he wants to be served correctly, and he wants his son to do things correctly. So correction is grievous unto a fool. Actually, let's get that. Here we go. Correction is grievous. All right. Proverbs 15:10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way. All right. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. All right, meaning instruction. So, ultimately it's talking about the 2/3 or of the Israelites, or and it's talking about Esau. All right, so correction is a good thing. Moving on. Proverbs 22. Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far away from him. So, we as a children, we grew up, sometime without our fathers and stuff. Most black men in that community, and we should do foolish things like get in trouble, and here and there, and it would be foolishness. But the rod of correction shall drive it far away. So when the Lord, either our mother corrects us or the Lord's going to correct us. Some of us got put in jail, or there's just correction facilities, it's called, and that's the Lord dealing with us. All right, so foolishness is in the bound of heart of a child, but the rod of correction drive it far from. But the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. So getting into some trouble and then getting corrected, or just getting corrected in general, or the butt whippings our moms used to give us, really saved our lives. It took, when you get beat, or it sober you up. It makes you think, right, about what you've done. And it definitely drives the foolishness from out you. All right, whether you getting corrected by your mom, or the Lord corrects you through other, through the facility, the prisons or jails, regardless of whether what correction you're receiving, is supposed to drive, the purpose is to drive the foolishness out your heart. All right, and that's the ultimate purpose of correction. All right, to to teach you so you can be learned and to be wise. All right, and not to be foolish. All right. 15, Proverbs 15. I got that already. Correction is grievous to him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. So let's get reproof. Let's get that word. Let's get the actual definition. Meaning, let's get,
Strong's H 8433. Tochecha. Tochecha.
okay.
And second entry. Tochacheth. Tochacheth.
Okay, it says so, it means rebuke or correction or punishment or chastisement. All right. So we go through punishments. As your parents, you put if your parents have ever put you on punishment, just like a punishment of a child, punishment, and it's to teach you a lesson and to drive foolishness away from you, right? So we must accept this punishment, accept our punishment, think about what we've done, and realize that it was for a reason, right? Regardless or how of you not liking it or not, it's for us to be wise, and for us to wisen up, and to and drive the foolishness from out of our heart. All right. So be thankful for correction, because sometimes correction can save you. You if you're going the wrong way, and you get corrected by that rod, because the Lord loveth who he corrects. So if he loves you, he's going to correct you. He's not going to let you go too far without outside that rod. It's like the sheep. The sheep's not gonna, they can wander off and go certain places, but the shepherd is always gonna have that rod to pull him back, to keep him where he needs to be. So it's important to accept the correction of the Lord as a blessing, because at the end of the day, like I said, most of us wasn't born with fathers, so we must accept the correction of the Lord. All right. Most men are not there to correct their sons. All right, but if we endure and accept the Lord's correction, it's going to yield good fruit. Matter of fact, let me see if I get that. Oh, Hebrews 12 and 11. Now, no correction, no chat. Sorry, yeah, correction, chastising. Now, no chastising for the present seem to be joyous. So, meaning that when you get corrected in the present, it doesn't seem joyous, but it says, but grievous. It is grievous. It says, nevertheless, afterwards, it yielded the peaceful fruit of righteousness. So, us being correct, when we get corrected at first, it might seem like, oh man, I don't like being corrected, and it happened to me a couple times. I don't like being corrected, it just feels, because it feels grievous. But nevertheless, afterwards, it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So we're able to if we able to withstand that grievous feeling, and don't look at it as feeling, look at it as knowledge. Because when you think of what your feelings, you feel bad. But if you look at it as knowledge, like you're receiving knowledge here, because that's all it is teaching you the right way, teaching you to do it the right way. Then afterwards you yield peaceable fruit of righteousness. All right, so because you're doing it the right way. So you know so give thanks when you get corrected, because it gives you knowledge, and it also teaches you, it yields peaceable fruit of righteousness. All right, so it's actually a blessing to be corrected. All right. You don't want to not be corrected, because then you're going to be going off and doing the wrong thing. You want to be doing the right thing in these last and evil days. So if you receive correction, it is a blessing to know that the Lord loves you. All right, because they don't teach you that in these churches, that correction is love. You know, the Lord open rebuke is better than secret love. That's another verse I can go to. Because that's a side that the church doesn't teach on: correction. All right, if someone's going off, correct them. You know, but at the same time, because that's a lot of people's egos, and they a lot of money's involved, so they sold out, so they don't want to correct the people. Hey, you're going off. I don't care what type of position you're at. There's something called checks and balances, where no man can have too much power. When you get checked, if you're doing something wrong in the government, you get checked. Checks and balances, you get checked on that. And if you have too much, you have to balance it. Too much power, you balance it. That's correction. All right. So it's a blessing for correction. Correction is a blessing. All right. I'm gonna probably label that as a title. Correction is a blessing. Um, or the Lord's rejection is correction that leads to blessings. One of those two. It's a lot of quotes I can come up with, but correction is a blessing, and accept it. Don't look at it as grievous. Just look at it as yielding peaceable fruit of righteousness. All right, because we want the Lord to delight in us. We want Him to say that this is my son. I'm delighted in. We want that. We want Him to say good and faithful servant. We want that from the Lord. We don't want Him to say slothful servant. We want the Lord to be happy of us. All right. So so yeah. So with that being said, I want to say shalom, and catch you in the next video.